Yes, sir, we're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the SH Figuarts Avengers Infinity War movie Iron Spider figure review. Let's do it.
This ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini matey, I'm fucking with them. Hype beast, we know about you. Stay buying figs, don't know about it.
And a quick look at the artwork on the left side of the box. You can see a picture of the figure. It says SH Figuarts, Iron Spider, Avengers Infinity War, and Marvel. And pretty much more of the same on the opposite side. And there's a quick look at the front. Alright, so we're taking a look at Iron Spider out of the package. And the first time we actually saw this suit design in the MCU was at the end of Spider-Man Homecoming when Tony offered the suit to Peter and he kindly declined. But then we got to see the suit in full action in Avengers Infinity War. And I would say it probably lived up to the hype as far as all of the specs, all of the components and features and abilities of the suit. I thought it was pretty cool, and it was a great ode to the comic books, to the Iron Spider suit that that Tony gave Peter in the comic books. So this is now our third Spider-Man from SH Figuarts. We were able to get the homemade suit Spider-Man, the tech suit Spider-Man, and now the Iron Spider suit, which is pretty cool. They knocked those out in a short span of time. So out of the package, he comes with a set of fisted hands, and I'm not going to swap on every accessory. It's pretty much some of the same accessories that we've received with the previous two versions of Spider-Man. I will say that I do like the sculpt and the design of this figure. I'm still not a huge fan of this kind of crotch area. I'll go over that in the when I do the articulation, but there is a great deal of articulation on this guy, and you can definitely get him into those classic Spider-Man-esque poses. I do like the texturing on this costume, on this particular figure in relation to the tech suit Spider-Man. I think they really got the texturing down. I was pleasantly surprised by how the actual suit looks and feels. And there's a look at the accessories and the clamshell. So he's got 2, 4, 6, 8 sets of interchangeable hands. Make that 10 with the two fists, actually, two kind of grabby or holding hands that he can use for webbing, the two kind of gnarly hands, whipping hands, and open hands with the fingers spread. This little piece right here is so you can plug into his back and get him on the stand, which he does come. He does not come with a stand, actually, I'm sorry, but you can get him on a stage Tamashi stand, and you can see the little webbing points there, which you can wrap around the wrist peg and pop the hand back on, and a longer one there. And I lost this little piece here, which you would use to pop out the eyes. And then he's got 2 extra set of eyes. Those are all the regular accessories. I forgot the main accessory, which is his set of spider arms, or mechanical spider arms here. So there's an additional clamshell that is below the main one, which holds the arms, so we'll get into those. And in order to get the arms on, this portion on his back actually is detachable, so you can just pull this out and then plug the arms in. So I'll do that. And there's how that looks when you unplug it, and then you simply just plug this into the back. There's a good look at that, and those look pretty cool. So let's get into articulation. The head and neck articulation is great. The neck actually moves independently of the head, and the head can move on the neck, so you get a really good range of motion left to right, pivot, 360, all of that stuff, and it'll look up pretty far as well. Shoulders are going to come up just about that far. You can do a full 360. You get a decent butterfly joint and an upper bicep swivel or simulated swivel. There's no cut, but again, it can swivel on that joint. Double jointed elbow, a swivel, and a hinge on the wrist. You get upper torso articulation, but I've noticed that this comes off pretty easily, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but it does move up pretty far and can move down, and with the added lower abdomen articulation, you do get a good range, so you can get them crouching. This whole piece is a separate part, so it's not going to hinder the articulation in the torso. The legs will come up pretty far, and he'll get a good split. This whole version here, like I said, this area, I don't really like the way it looks, but I think it looks better on this particular version of Spider-Man's suit than the tech suit version. You get an upper thigh swivel, you get a double jointed knee, you get a nice deep pivot on the foot, and you get a hinge, which is great, and you get a toe joint. So great range of articulation as far as the body goes. And on the arms, they're articulated at 1, 2, 3, 4 different points here. Unfortunately, they don't really spin. I wish they actually spun on this joint here. That would have been really cool, but they just pretty much hinge in 4 different places on each individual arm. My other gripe with the arms is that they feel very delicate. You have to be careful. They seem extremely delicate, and they seem a little loose here, like they want to spin. I actually did try to spin them when I first was messing around with them. So it gets just a little bit of motion here, but I don't know that it was supposed to do that. I may have actually screwed mine up a little bit messing around with them. But yeah, you got to be very cautious with those. You don't want them to break. And a couple quick size comparisons. 2 of his teammates from the Attack on Titan from in the movie. So yeah, you got Star-Lord from the movie on the far left, and Doctor Strange on the far right. And these characters actually did meet up and fight together in the movie, like I said, on Titan. And taking a look at him side by side with the other 2 versions of Spider-Man we received so far from SH Figuarts. On the far left, we have the Spider-Man Homecoming tech suit version, and on the right, we have the Spider-Man Homecoming homemade suit version. So you can see how the 3 of those stack up together. They all just about the same size, but it does seem like they use some different parts here for the Iron Spider as opposed to the tech suit version. Looks like they went with the more rounded feet that they used for the homemade suit version on the Iron Spider version, and it looks like the upper torso may be a little bit different, especially as far as where it connects to the abdomen. So slight differences. And last one here, you can see him next to Tony Stark and in plain clothes, and Tony Stark is still taller than Peter here, which he should be. And then next to the Mark 47 on the right, and I would assume that the next version of Iron Man that we get, which was from Avengers Infinity War, will be about the same size as Mark 47, so I figured I'd just do this real quick. I'm definitely looking forward to that new Iron Man. I really liked that version of the armor in the movie. Alright, that's pretty much it. I'm getting out of here. Decent figure, decent set of accessories. I'm glad that they did include the arms. I do wish there was a bit more articulation as far as them rotating, but the early promo images had the figure shown without the arms, and then at the last moment, before it was getting ready to release, they showed some updated images that indeed show that the arms were going to be packed in. So that was cool. I did change the eyes out here for a different set, if you can see that. So those are cool, and I wish they would have included an unmasked Peter Parker head. That would have been cool, but I'll see if the Mafex head can fit on this one, similar to what I did with the homemade suit Spider-Man. If you haven't checked out that video from months ago, then you should go back and do that. So yeah, I got my little makeshift Titan area here, and that's pretty much it. As always, rate, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, peace.